on, it is another day. Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. We are back out on the hunt because today, y'all, today is Bath and Body Works in the flesh Halloween day. We're gonna see a full spooky display at Bath and Body Works. And if there's one thing I love every single year, I love a good spooky display, but especially the Bath and Body Works spooky displays. They're so good. So we're gonna go check it out, but we're getting an early start. It is currently 9 a.m. We're out and about early because my stepmom and I are we're making some arrangements for my dad today in the afternoon. So I thought, what better way to keep my mind off things and just get a good start to the day than doing a little Halloween hunting, everybody. Before we go to Bath and Body Works, I wanted to cruise over to Target because my brother over the weekend, him and my nieces, they went to, or his daughters, went to Targets all over the area to go look for little squishy thing. I don't know, these little Neato squishies and squishy, I don't know. Apparently the squishy thing is all the rage, and my niece was catching me up yesterday on the whole squishy thing. So anyways, they were all over town. They went to all the Targets to look for squishies. And when I was talking to them yesterday, my niece goes, there was Halloween at Target. And I go, what? There was Halloween at Target? And they told me which location. And if you're in the Kansas City metro area, it's the one by Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, or Lenexa. I don't know if it's Lenexa, Overland Park, what the area is technically, but the one off 95th, if you know, 95th and Quivira. Okay. So my brother was like, yeah, it wasn't much though. It wasn't much. And I'm like, what do you mean it wasn't much? Because not much around here is something. It's something. So anyway, he was like, yeah, they had a couple of things, but they didn't have anything in their big section. I was like, I'm not expecting to see anything in the hide and eek yet because it's still early for that. But he said in the Bullseye Playground, they had some Halloween. So we're going to stop by this Target. He said none of the other ones had it yet. So we're going to stop by this Target and see if they indeed have some Halloween, which I'm sure they do. We're going to go out to this Target and check it out. And then I don't know if we're going to have time to go anywhere else other than Bath and Body Works. We're going to see what time it is when we leave Target. If we have some time, we'll cruise over to Michael's again to see if they put out the I almost said spooky soiree. That's Williams-Sonoma. The vintage spirits line. I'm looking for that. But if we run out of time this morning, then we're going to go out later this week anyway. We're going to be doing a lot of Halloween hunting this week because it is after the 4th of July, everybody. And after the 4th of July, we start seeing a lot of Halloween starting to trickle out at all sorts of stores. We've got Michael's. They've already been putting stuff out, but they've got more stuff coming out. And they've got several lines still to come out. And we've got HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls we're keeping an eye on. They're starting to roll things out. Now I haven't seen anything yet, but they're going to be putting things out. If it's not out already, they're coming out this week. Then we're also going to be watching Kirkland's. They're going to start putting their Halloween out. We're watching a lot of Target, Bullseye, I almost said Dollar Spot, you know I did, Bullseye Playground. We've also got Hallmark here coming up. Hallmark is doing their ornament premiere, their whole release. That's coming up this weekend. So we've got a lot of Halloween hunting to do this week. We've got a lot of launches this week, or just things coming out in the flesh, in the actual flesh. So we're going to potentially be seeing a lot of Halloween this week. Anyways, longest story longer, we've got places to go, Halloween to see this week, which is such a welcome distraction for me. I am so glad Halloween is coming out this week. It could not be coming at a better time for me. Okay, and you guys, I'm so excited about this. There's been a spooky development that I am the most excited about. So Dallas's cousin, I was on Facebook the other day and I see this pop up on Facebook Marketplace from Dallas's cousin, she's selling some things because they're moving. And one of them is this castle, this Disney princess castle playhouse, like an outdoor, huge not like one that has the slides and the swings, nothing like that. But you know, the plastic playhouses, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, one of those. And it's a castle, a princess castle. But this princess castle is like 20 years old. So none of the princessy things, none of that's still on it. Like it had stickers and stuff like that. All that's worn off. And if anyone else has seen out there, if anyone has seen, I know it depends on the algorithm, but if anyone's seen people redo playhouses, like they get playhouses and then they revamp them, and usually they make them just more modern and pretty and stuff. I have seen a couple of Halloween ones out there, but you know, also people do them with the little house, like the doll houses. They'll get like a princess castle doll house and spray paint it black and make it gothic. If you've seen people do that, anyways, or if you've done it yourself, anyways, it's this big outdoor playhouse and it's a castle. And in my mind, I was seeing this in the picture and I'm like, wait a minute, this could be easily turned into Dracula's castle and be just like a spooky castle for my boys. And so I'm like, Dallas, you got to call your cousin. She sold it to us for $25. $25. That's a steal of a deal, y'all. A steal. And it needs a little bit of TLC, but that's okay because we were going to have to, I mean, it's all pink and princessy and all that kind of stuff, which is fine. But my boys are already playing with it. They love it. They spent hours yesterday playing with it. And I am so excited about this because I'm just envisioning, and now I'm thinking about things I need to pick out while out on the hunt. Like I really want to get one of those eyeball doorbells, or maybe even the jack-o'-lantern face doorbell that, you know, we've seen some at Target over the years. I want a doorbell for their door. I don't know what else. Okay, on the side of the house, there are birds. And I was thinking about making the birds bats. My stepmom's the one who had that idea. She was over yesterday and we were talking about it and we were just getting all excited. So, yeah, I just need to take it apart, power wash it, repaint it, redecorate it. Only that. Won't take long at all. That's the part that's going to be not the most fun. But I am so excited. It's even got this little fountain on the side. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. I am so excited about this gothic castle for my kids. I'm so excited. So, anyway, that's my new spooky development, my new spooky project. And of course, I'll be taking you guys along for the ride. We're going to be doing this together over the course of time. So, I'm just so excited about it, you guys. And I'm not even a DIY ghoulie, so you know I'm going to struggle. But when it comes to DIY, this is the kind of stuff, because it's part DIY, part decorating. So I feel like I might be able to do this one. It's not necessarily like, when it comes to just creating full-blown things from scratch, I'm not the greatest at it. But I have some DIY ideas this year that I'm wanting to take on. I just thought of another one this morning when I was on the phone with my mom. So I've got some ideas. Anyway, I'm really excited about DIYs this Halloween season, and all of this is just boosting my spirit and giving me something to look forward to and something new to do here on the channel, something fun and new and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited, and yeah, I just wanted to fill you in on that. I'm so excited about this dang castle, everybody. But anyway, we're here at Target. We're pulling up. And I'm hoping to see some Halloween. Maybe we'll have to look and see if they got any squishies for my nieces. Okay, we're pulling up here. I don't like pulling by the trees over here because there's always freaking wasps by these dang trees. Although it's pretty early, but it's never too early for a wasp. My brother sent me this video, I think it was yesterday, of this guy taping a wasp around a rocket and shooting the rocket or like firework up into the sky. And I almost felt bad for the wasp for like a second. And then I was like, wait, no, you don't feel bad for me when you chase me and sting me and threaten me. So I really don't even feel bad about it, but I kind of still feel bad about it. But anyway, it reminded me of Sid from Toy Story. So anyway, okay, we're here at Target. We're going in. All right, we're here at Target. We're going in. Everyone, we are leaving Target and we saw the spooky goods. They had, you know what? They had more than I thought they were going to have. I thought they were only going to have a couple of things. They had a little end cap little area of their little bullseye playground. It was like a whole little end cap area full of Halloween stuff, of Halloween goods. They had these cute little vial or little bottles of, like, one had a little crow inside and one had a little toad inside. It said adopt a ghost, but I didn't see a ghost, but it said adopt a ghost on it. But they had little creatures inside. And they had these little wooden plaque things that had some pictures on them. One of them had a ghost. And then the other one was a crow and wearing a top hat. And then what else do they have? They had some pumpkins, just a basic orange pumpkin. They had a white pumpkin with some whimsical little designs on it, and a black pumpkin with some gold whimsical designs on it. And they also had a jack-o'-lantern piece and a ghost, I think holding a little pumpkin pail or something that said trick or treat, or a little trick or treat bag or something that said trick or treat. And then they had, oh man, they had some cute stuff in here. And then they had some little faux potted plants. So they had one that had a cauldron with some little plants coming out. Another one that was a jack-o'-lantern with some little plants coming out. And then another one that was a cute little skull with some succulents coming out of it. That was more of a Summerween vibe. They also had some kitchen towels or just hand towel looking things. They had one that had more of a floral design. And then another one had, it looked like Venus flytraps, I think. Was it Venus flytraps? I don't know, but it kind of like had this plant look to it as well. And then the other one was a house, I think, with legs. But they had some hand towels in here. They also had some little wicker baskets. One was a jack-o'-lantern basket, and the other one was a black basket with cat ears. And they also had these little plushies. They had a black cat plushie and a ghost plushie. And what else do they have? What is this person doing? They're weaving all over the road. Oh, they're not paying attention. That's why they're like leaning. Are they reading? I'm so confused. Okay. Oh, they also had some signs. I forgot about the signs. They had a sign that said Witch's Brew on it. And then another sign that said, did it say Home Sweet Haunted Home or something like that, or some sort of haunted home situation. But I think it said Home Sweet Haunted Home on it. And that's what we saw. I don't think there's anything else after that. But so Target really is getting their Halloween out in their Bullseye Playground. I don't know if this is like more of a Summerween thing or if this is their Halloween Bullseye Playground. But it's usually not until the end of July. That's when we usually see a full Halloween Bullseye Playground. So it is earlier than usual, almost an entire month earlier than we're used to seeing. So I don't know if this is Summerween or if this is just simply the beginnings of their Halloween and their Bullseye Playground. But I'm excited either way to see it. And so we saw some Halloween at Target, and I would have, that was not on my bingo card this. I did mention when we did some predictions in my Halloween shopping guide, I did mention that I thought that if Target did do Summerween, they were going to do it in their Bullseye Playground, but I was unsure if it was going to come out earlier. So if this is Summerween, then it's Summerween and it is in the Bullseye Playground. But if it's not and this is Halloween, then they're just putting it out earlier this year, and I'm excited about it. But yeah, so we saw that in the Bullseye Playground. I walked around to see if there was anything in the like pajama area. That's usually when they get their first sightings of Halloween clothing. You'll see it in the pajama area and the kids section. I looked around, I didn't see anything. Sometimes they'll also put out like the baby, like the little baby, what do you call them? Like little loveys and little teethers and little Halloween festive things in that area. That's usually one of the first to come out too. So I walked over there to see if they were getting started, and I didn't see anything. It looked pretty empty, but I didn't see any Halloween. So nowhere else in the store appears to have Halloween yet, or the beginnings. I even walked over to the Threshold, because sometimes Threshold is, I know Threshold comes out before Hide and Eek in stores, but usually we'll see clothing, pajamas, that kind of stuff in Bullseye Playground come out first. Then we'll see Threshold. Then we see, I think, Threshold and like the bath stuff, like the bathroom rugs and soap dispensers and that kind of stuff. Then Hide and Eek is usually the last to put out the Halloween. So at Target. So I took my little lap around the store and I didn't see anything else starting yet, but I did see a lot of empty shelving. So we're getting closer, everybody. We're getting closer. So now I'm headed back over to the Bath and Body Works vicinity. It is 9:47, so it's not quite time yet for it to open. But we're going to run into Michael's really quickly over here and see what they have out. And then we're going to go to Bath and Body Works and see the spooky goods. I cannot wait to see the spooky displays. Here we are at Michael's, and Bath and Body Works is right next door. So we're just going to walk over after we go to Michael's. We're going into Michael's, everybody. Here we go. All right, nothing new at Michael's. So we're going to run up to HomeGoods really quickly before Bath and Body Works. I can already smell Bath and Body Works from here. So we're going to run up to HomeGoods really quickly. All right, no Halloween at HomeGoods yet. So we're cruising now to Bath and Body Works. All right, everybody, we're leaving. I am running so late. I'm running late. I cannot be late. We are leaving. Where are we leaving? Bath and Body Works and HomeGoods. And there was nothing at HomeGoods yet. Not one single individual sign of Halloween to be had at HomeGoods, and so we saw nothing. But then we cruised over to Bath and Body Works, and they had Halloween. It wasn't full-blown Halloween. They didn't have their little pocket back holders in yet, the little Halloween pocket back holders, which I was really looking forward to. There were several of the plugins they didn't have in yet. They didn't have the cauldron one. They didn't have the fortune teller one. They didn't have a bunch of the plugins. So there was a lot. The display, and I was talking to the employee in there, and we were talking about how the display was very tame this year. You can see the display. I'll show it here, at least at my store. I was imagining something more extravagant. Last year they went all out. They really scaled back on the Halloween display this year. I know the Halloween launch is being shared with this big other launch they're putting out that they're all excited about. But they had front row and center. But yeah, the Halloween to me seemed a little bit more like an afterthought as far as display and everything goes. But maybe that's just me. I don't know if anyone else felt that way. If you did, let me know in the comments. But we did see Halloween at Bath and Body Works, so I can't complain. I'm happy to see it. But anyways, let's talk about the pedestals first, because the pedestals, oh man, they are so good. The quality, that skeleton one, I loved the Halloween look, like the classic Halloween look to the skeleton pedestal. But when I saw it online, I wasn't as impressed with it as some of the others. In person, that one is actually physically heavy. It feels like a brick. The quality is great on that piece. The detail, everything, it is a great piece. Then also they had the fortune teller one. They didn't have it lit up like the close-up one, like where I could actually hold it. They did have it lit up in the display area though. But they had the fortune teller one, and they had the spider web, like the crescent moon, the pink crescent moon with the spider web. And they had the cauldron. And the cauldron in person I knew would be beautiful, and it did not disappoint. I got to see the little glitter globe aspect of it, and in some of the videos I had seen of it, the glitter globe wasn't, like, I didn't see the glitter globe part, but the glitter globe, it swirls inside the bubbles, and it was really cool. I just wish it didn't have those dang bows and hearts and the bats with hearts. It doesn't go with anything in this collection. I don't know what they were thinking, but that cauldron piece, you almost can't tell when you're looking at it from afar, but it is such a cool piece. What else did they have? They had the ghost pedestal and the ghost little mist holder. So they had the ghost pieces there. They also had, what was another pedestal they had? I feel like, oh, they had the candle holder with the dancing skeletons around it. And I want to say there was another pedestal. What am I missing? There's the luminary I'm going to talk about, but I thought there was another pedestal that I'm not thinking of. So whatever that pedestal is, I'm showing it here. They also had the luminary, the Funhouse luminary. I was able to turn it around and show it. It is another really heavy duty piece. It doesn't have as many little details as previous years or previous luminaries, I noticed. But that being said, there's less to break. The detail is still there, as in the actual look of it is very detailed. It just, there weren't a lot of little things hanging off. It's very heavy. It's very good quality. Then what else did they have? They had the light up cat soap dispenser holder that was really cute. They had their gift sets, the little gift bags, the vampire blood one, and then the little ghosty one. They had, what else? They had the little car fragrance things. They had the cauldron, and they had the melting skull. And then they did have some plugins. They didn't have all of them. They had the little cotton candy cart, which was very detailed, very cute in person. Definitely cutesy. They also had the skull one, the melting skull one. They had the potion bottle one, which is probably my favorite of the bunch. And they had the ghost one, the one that reminds me of me and my boys. And then they had a bunch of the body care, or all the body care that we saw online, other than the Midnight Marshmallow, which I believe was an online exclusive. But they had the vampire blood, they had everything. They had the body wash, they had the lotion, they had the body cream, they had the sprays, they had the room spray, they had the lip oil, they had the hand sanitizers, they had the candles. The full vampire blood extravaganza was happening at Bath & Body Works. They also had Ghoul Friend in all of its glory. You got full body care and Ghoul Friend, so the lotions, the body gels, the body cream, the everything, and the Ghoul Friend, the candle, the lip oil, the hand sanitizer, all in the Ghoul Friend. And then they had the other side of the display that had the pumpkin carving, and then we got the candle, the hand soap, the hand sanitizer. I think that's all we got from pumpkin carving. And then the carnival fog candle and hand soap, and was there a sanitizer in there? And then the little room, what do you call them? The little wallflower scents, had the little skull wallflowers in the carnival fog and the pumpkin carving. They also had the cotton candy cobwebs with the purple packaging with the carousel, and that one definitely smells sweet. It is a we are being overloaded with sweet scents for Halloween, everybody. We got cotton candy cobwebs, Ghoul Friend, and vampire blood, and I think that's all we saw at Bath & Body Works. I will continue to show anything I'm missing here, but I think that is it. And I feel like it was kind of a short day of Halloween hunting. Anyways, I'm going to do a proper send-off later because there's something I want to talk to you guys about. So I'll see ya when I see ya. Hey everyone, we are back home where it is nice and October-y, and we're pretending it's not scorching hot outside. And I've got my nice cozy clothes on. I thought we would hang out and talk about what we thought about what we saw today. Bath & Body Works, we saw a little Target. I thought we'd sit down for a second and talk about it, and then I also wanted to say a little something at the end of this video to you guys. But earlier I kind of cut you guys off really quickly. Actually, I really wanted to get some plugins at Bath & Body Works because they're on sale today, and there was a line, and I was like, I can't wait in this line. Like, I was so worried about being late today, and we ended up being 10 minutes early. But you know what? I'm glad, because I like being a little early to anything and everything pretty much. Wait, hold on, let me take a sip of my beverage. It's just water. I wanted a little spooky mug for the occasion. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about what we saw today, because I'm dying to know your thoughts, especially on Bath & Body Works. I thought maybe it was my mood, or just getting, just being a little bit, in the headspace I've been in. I thought maybe it was just me thinking it was a little underwhelming compared to the last several years. And I thought it was just me. But then now I'm seeing over on the Facebook group, I'm not the only one thinking this. Even the employee there, she didn't say it was underwhelming. That's not the word she used. She was just like, yeah, it's a little bit more, not laid back. I don't know what she worded. I said it earlier. I can't remember what she said. But I think they were really honing in on this new launch with this fruity stuff, watermelon fruity. I don't know. I think they were more focused on that display than the Halloween display. So it was, and like that whole launch seems to be taking over right now on Bath & Body Works and at Bath & Body Works. So I don't know if Halloween was an afterthought or if they were scaling back for reasons that I'm sure I don't know. I don't know if they're going all in. There's a rumor that they're doing Nightmare Before Christmas here coming up for round 2. So I don't know if that's going to be like, they're going to focus on that display more, and that's going to be more of their Halloween extravaganza this year, is going to be this big Nightmare Before Christmas blowout kind of thing. And they just are kind of doing the usual Halloween stuff as the first launch, and they didn't go as big. But I'm shocked to see, and maybe it is as big and I was envisioning something else. I just thought with that circus theme, there was so much they could do with that display. And really, it was just kind of underwhelming a little bit. Like, they had the case with the stuff in it. But I don't know. I just thought the possibilities with the circus theme, I was thinking like a big Ferris wheel. I thought it was going to be carousel. They noticed they gave us way less body care this year. I think the only body care we got Vampire Blood and Ghoul Friend. And then online they had the Midnight Marshmallow I think it was Midnight Marshmallow online exclusive. And that was all we got. That was it. So I'm even shocked at that. And it was really just kind of a small display. They were missing a whole bunch of stuff, a bunch of plugins, a bunch of pocket back holders. So I don't know if your store was the same way or something similar happened, but it just seems like an afterthought. It seemed like they were really focused on whatever this fruity line is. That's just another fruity line. Like, we needed more fruity lines at Bath and Body Works, everybody. So I don't know if Halloween was kind of just thrown in there, or they weren't quite ready, or if they're just gonna go all in for this alleged Nightmare Before Christmas line that's supposed to be coming out. That's the rumor, that they're doing a big Nightmare Before Christmas line here coming up for fall round 2. And I wonder if they're going to do a big display for that. And they're just putting a lot of effort into that. Because I know in the past, there are other Disney collabs, like the princess collabs and everything. They really went all out with the, all the pedestals and all the different little vanity trays, and everything was just, it was full out. And maybe, I hope for the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, I hope they give us a candy apple scent or a musky vanilla scent or a pumpkin, like even if they do like a Jack, if they can give us a pumpkin body care line with the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, and do like a Pumpkin King scent with the lotions and the sprays and everything. I'm hoping that's why they didn't give us pumpkin body care for fall round 1, is because maybe if they are doing Nightmare Before Christmas, which is the big rumor, but I'm hoping if they are doing it, that's where they're going to be giving us the scents that they didn't give us this year. These apple scents or musky vanilla, like Wicked Vanilla Woods, or what else? Pumpkin carving body care, that they can give us like a pumpkin or a vanilla and that kind of fall stuff. And not, I hope they don't give us more fruity. Let me know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? What do you want to see? Let me know. Let's talk about it. How did you feel about the display, about the whole collection? Also, let me know what you thought of the Target Bullseye Playground we're seeing. I don't know. And let me know, do you think that's a Summerween Bullseye Playground, or do you think it's the beginning of just the Halloween in general? And if you work at Target, if you have any insight on that, I would love to know. Anyways, I think that's all I wanted to talk about with Bath & Body Works and Target. Just get your thoughts, kind of do a little overview of what we saw and our feelings on it. And then we're going to be doing a lot of Halloween hunting this week, because it's after the 4th of July, and I feel like that first week after 4th of July is when you really start seeing some other places putting out Halloween in the flesh. And I'm just really excited to be seeing Halloween in the flesh and really just keep busy, get out of the house, and keep my mind off of things. But I'm doing all right, everybody. And I wanted to say a little side note to that is I wanted to thank you guys so much for everything, for being there, for the comments, for your thoughts, for your prayers, for just all of your words of kindness and support, everything. It's just provided comfort in ways that I genuinely needed it, feeling less alone in this process. And when I opened up YouTube this morning and I was reading the comments, I just cannot tell you how much it meant to me. There are no words that can, like, I needed that this morning more than probably any other day, which is just so, I don't know that I even planned it that way or I expected it to be that way. But today, my stepmom and I were making some final arrangements, and it was a very difficult, like I had a lot of anxiety about today. I was just worried about today and getting through today and waking up to words of encouragement and love and support, and just so many of you who have been through this, and just I'm just so grateful to have you guys. I keep saying that, but I just truly mean it, and I hope you know how much I care about this community and how important it is to Dallas and I to have you guys and to be part of this community, because this community is so much bigger than anything that we even dabble in. But I just could not ask for a better support system, and I feel so lucky in that. Seeing so many of you who have gone through loss and grief, and it hurts my heart for you too, because this is just not, it's a club that nobody wants to be a part of, no one asks to be a part of, but unfortunately is part of life, which is totally unfair. And so I just want to come on here at the end and, you know, maybe roast Bath and Body Works a little bit, maybe a little bit unfairly. I don't know. Part of it might just be what's going on as a whole, but also I just wanted to make sure that I gave you a proper and huge thank you, and I wish I could give you all a hug. I'm leaning on the spooky community and Halloween, everybody. Just to change the subject before I get too emotional, everybody. Let me know what you thought of Bath & Body Works. Let me know what you're thinking of the Target Bullseye Playground. And also let me know, are you guys seeing anything yet at HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls? Any signs of Halloween so far? I feel like we need to go out on a full-blown HomeGoods stocking extravaganza this week at some point and hit all of them and see where they're at. So that's probably to come. So we've got more things to do. I'm going to be keeping busy. So I don't know what kind of spooky shenanigans we're going to get into, but you know, there's more to come. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here with me and good old Mr. Skeleton, doing a little hunting, looking at the full-blown Bath & Body Works launch in the flesh. Yeah, we've got more places to go, more Halloween to see. We've got some Halloween planning here coming up. I don't know if I should take down my mantle yet or leave it up for a little longer. We got to start planning our themes, and now that we're kind of seeing what's out there, I'm wanting to get these themes kind of locked in, so we'll be doing that. But we got a lot of things coming up, so anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you. Oh wait, did I say, hope you enjoyed this? I didn't do a send off. I am so thrown off, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say hey ghoul hey down in the comments, because you know I love talking to you. And anything else you want to jab your jaws about, anything we saw in this video, or anything else you want to talk about, or if you just need a shoulder to lean on or cry on, I'm here for you guys. We're here for each other, and I cannot thank you enough. I just appreciate you guys so much. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.